Hello fellow builders, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back. It would be an understatement to say 2020 has been challenging. But I'm sure we've all found things to help us get through 2020, and I wanted to share with you some of my favorite things for 2020. I'm a fan of the sci-fi, so the first thing I have to say has got to be The Mandalorian. Now, although season 2 of The Mandalorian didn't start till December, you still had season 1 out there, and with as packed as it was and as exciting as it was to have live action Star Wars out there, it gave you a year of discussion and speculation, and it just spawned so many different things. It was so worth the time to spend watching The Mandalorian and seeing what came along with it. Well, once you got done watching this Mandalorian or whatever media or things that helped you get through, sometimes you want to discuss them. And that leads me into my second favorite thing of 2020, be the Random Chatter Network. Look them up on YouTube. They have several different shows. You'll know you have the right one because you'll see the chattering teeth. But they've got a Star Wars show, Echo Base. They've got Star Wars news show, Outer Rim. They've got Guardians of the MCU for you Marvel fans. They've got DC Talk for the DC fans. They've got the Tight Beam for the Expanse. They've got a sports show. I don't know that one. I don't do sports. They've got Cape Chronicles. The hosts on Cape. They got 4 hosts on the Cape Chronicles podcast, which goes through the superhero movies one by one by year. And some of their discussions are really interesting. If you're a fan of the superhero genre, I would definitely give them a listen. But that's only half of it. They have a Discord server, and you can join them on Discord, and that's kind of really where the Random Chatter Network kind of comes into its own. It blossoms there because on the Discord server you become part of the group. They have discussions there's a channel for each one of the shows, and being part of it, it opens up whole other family to where you can do other things, like they've got channels for photography, for food, for politics, for sports, they have one channel, one of my favorites, had started out being a collector's channel and they would have What Did You Get Wednesday, and that's transferred into now Collector's Paradise. And no matter what it doesn't matter whether it's models or Lego or puzzles or whatever, if you got something new and you want to show it off, that's where you do it. So the other thing is you actually get to interact with the hosts of the show. I mean, because they're there and they're just regular people like you and me, and they want to share their thoughts and feelings, and they're all it's a nice little family group that you can be a part of. So give them a look. It's one of my favorite things of 2020. Without question, my 3D printer is definitely on my list of favorite things for 2020. It was an agonizing decision to get one because they're not cheap. There's a lot of things to consider before you get one. I want to make a video about that as well, and that'll probably be the next video to come. But there's as much heartache as there's been joy. There are things that I would never have had were it not for the 3D printer, like the Battlestar Galactica joystick, like the Solonite charge, the Mandalorian helmets. Some of these things, no, granted, something like the Mandalorian helmet, there are large production companies that make those things out there, but the 3D printer opens the door to so many things. to other makers. There are people out there. I mean, you can always go to Thingiverse and get a free file from there. Or you could go out there, like my Mandalorian helmet came from a guy, Nico Industries, and the guy does great work. You can find, and I figure if you're paying for it, it's got to be pretty good because there are so many free files out there. But that even can lead you down the road that I went down of needing to learn how to make my own 3D models and downloading Fusion 360. So just the 3D printer, it's a gateway. It's a gateway to a whole different world. So for that reason, the 3D printer, the Creality CR10S, is on my list of favorite things for 2020. My favorite things of 2020 are the things that help me get through 2020. And without a doubt, one of those things has to be doing this. It kept my mind moving as far as, what model builds to do next, or what would be interesting, what would I enjoy seeing, interacting with you guys. That's kind of kept the wheels turning and staved off some of the news, the bad news of 2020, and kept things rolling. And I really, really appreciate. I would not have gotten to 100 viewers on my YouTube channel if it were not for your support. So I really appreciate you guys spending the time coming here and enjoying the things that I enjoy. And hopefully these favorite things, and there'll probably be a few more, but for the moment, I think we're going to stop right here. So, this was my list, my first short list of things, my favorite things for 2020. Send me some of your favorite things for 2020, and I'll share them with some of the rest of our viewers. As always, like and subscribe, and be a part of the conversation. But until next time, have fun, be safe, and go build something. Pew 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 pew.